Hi, and welcome to Always Eclectic Stacy. This is 5-minute chemistry where you learn chemistry concepts and or see examples in 5 minutes or less. Today we're taking ionic compounds and we're taking the name and converting them to balanced compounds. And I'm going to show you 3 different ways of handling this problem, and we're going to start with sodium oxide. Okay, let's get balancing. Today we're going to take sodium oxide and we're going to convert it to a balanced compound, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways of doing that. So the first thing you do, no matter which method you're using, is you're going to write the ion under the name. So we have sodium, which is our cation. Remember, the cation always goes first, and that means it's positive because cats have paws, and it's Na1+. And then we have oxide, and if you look at oxide, the root is ox, so we know oxide is the ion of oxygen, and that is O2-. The 16th column, which has a 2 bonding potential, has a 2 negative bond, and sodium goes ahead and loses an electron. That's why it's 1 positive. That's in the first column. So the first method I'm going to show you is the crisscross method. This looks like the easiest on the surface, but it does remind you that you do have to remember to reduce. So for Na1+ and O2-, this 1 for sodium is going to become the subscript for O. And remember, you don't write 1s as subscript. And this 2 for oxygen is going to become the subscript for sodium. So you end up with Na2O, because you never write the 1. You've written oxygen once, so you do not have to write it again. And then you ask yourself, do I have to reduce? And for this one, 2 and 1 can't go down any further, so it is already reduced. The next one that we're going to show you is called the crisscross. Sorry, not the crisscross, the LCM method. And this one will automatically reduce for you. So you're going to go ahead and put your elements out here. So we got sodium, and we have oxygen. And we're going to pretend that there's no pluses and minuses. We're just going to do numbers. So for sodium, the charge is 1, and for oxygen, the charge is 2. In this first column, you always put the charge, and you're going to make an equation out of it. 1 times something, and this something becomes your subscript, and 2 times something, and this something becomes your subscript, equals your LCM. And the LCM is the lowest whole number that both can go into as whole numbers. So if it's 1 and 1, this would be a 1. If it's 1 and 2, it's going to be a 2. If it's 2 and 3, this is going to be a 6. So if 4 and 2, this is going to be a 4. So for 1 and 2, the LCM is 2. And remember, this becomes your subscript. Whatever number makes this true becomes your subscript. So 1 times 2 equals 2, and 2 times 1 equals 2. And that shows you on the crisscross. And this is your subscript. So sodium has a subscript of 2. So it becomes Na2O. You can see that it matches. This one is really great when you're doing those polyatomic compounds and you may not be sure where to put the parentheses. This will always tell you. I love the LCM method. And then the last method, I call it the equation method. And this helps you visualize how it's going to work. So you're going to balance. We have Na1 plus O2 minus, and that's going to make a compound that has to be balanced, meaning no charges. And that's what we've been doing up here, but you really have to think about this down here. So you do the crisscross, but you got to think, okay, if I don't want charges, how many 1 pluses make a 2 minus? Oh, that's 2. So it becomes Na2. How many 2 minuses make 2 1 pluses? Oh, that's 1. And then you can throw a 2 out here because it makes a balanced compound. So you need 2 1 pluses to equal 1 2 minus. And 2 times 1 plus is 2 plus. So 2 plus 2 minus equals 0, and that makes a balanced compound. This is how 3 different methods of balancing the same compound. I would recommend that you pick which method works best for you and you memorize it. You don't have to memorize all of these. You really need to learn one method well instead of 3 methods kind of well. So that's what I would recommend. Thank you so much for watching Always Eclectic Stacy. This was 5-Minute Chemistry. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day.